Well, election night is almost here, but you may still have some questions about how everything will come together before and after Election Day. 10 TV's Stephanie Stanovich breaks it all down for you with an election official.
Presidential elections are always stressful for everybody voters, election officials, candidates. It's very common. Tensions run high. There's a lot of moving parts.
So let's explain how it all works. Let's start with if you are quarantining and haven't voted yet. Aaron Ackerman is the executive director of the Ohio Association of Election Officials.
You are absolutely still allowed to vote. No one is asking you not to vote this year.
At this point,
If you've already requested an absentee ballot by mail, fill it out. Make sure it's postmarked by Monday, November 2nd. As long as we receive it within 10 days after the election, we'll count it.
if you haven't requested a ballot, you can go to the Franklin County Board of Elections on Monday. Call ahead and curbside vote.
You can do the exact same thing at your polling location on Tuesday as well.
If you are doing in-person voting Monday or Tuesday, usually he would recommend avoiding peak hours, right when the polls open, during lunch or after work.
One thing we've noticed that's interesting this year at the early voting sites is I think everybody's working from home. And so there's really no kind of peak times. It's just steady all day long.
So be prepared. However, he says lines move quickly. Whether you're voting for a president or a local school levy,
It's important to remember that the results that come out on election night are unofficial,
it'll give them a good idea on where Ohio stands.
but we have additional work to do. We have additional ballots to count.
They'll take absentee ballots up until 10 days after the election and count provisional ballots, which means they need additional information from the voter. Ackerman says usually it is because they cannot find them in their poll book.
We won't actually know the official results that include every ballot that's been cast in this election until November 18th.
How do you know if your vote is being counted accurately? 1. If you voted absentee.
You can track your ballot.
For a provisional ballot on election day,
There's an 800 number that will actually give you when you cast a provisional ballot to follow up and make sure your vote got counted.
for in person.
You get to see your vote go right into the machine.
In Ohio, after all votes are added up, officials do a post-election audit.
We go back and we compare the paper results to the computer. If you voted on a computer, if you vote on paper, we'll pull out ballots and just match them up against the results.
He says there's a 99 accuracy rate. Reporting in Columbus, Stephanie Stanovich, 10 TV News.
Franklin County Board of Election officials tell us through yesterday they had more than 108,000 in-person early voters. Back in 2016, they had about 83,000. Tomorrow is the last day of early in-person voting at the Board of Elections, and the BOE is open from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m.